defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball. You got Josh probably drawing new plays on a napkin at lunchtime every single day. He's excited about what he has in Carr. You pay Carr. You got Adams. I think they're going to have a great year.
Yeah, look, I echo Rob's enthusiasm for Las Vegas. I just don't think they're going to win the division simply because, once again, look, in the offseason, we get enamored with toys. We get enamored with guys who give you fantasy football points. We get enamored with people catching passes in 7-on-7 and in team, and we see the highlights on social media. And, look, I get it. They have a ton of toys. But this team scares me on the offensive line. Not on the defensive line. Look, as Rob pointed out, look, Chandler and Max Crosby is one of my favorite people in the NFL, period, for what he has overcome and what he has yet to do, which he has yet to win an NFL Defensive MVP award, which I think is in his future, in the very near future. But the offensive line is fundamentally flawed. And I just don't – look, at some point in time, you have to be able to win the line of scrimmage and control football games and play true to who you are and true to who your DNA is. That's Josh's DNA. And I'll tell you this. In the AFC West, every team has made strides along this offensive line and tried to make it better. Yeah. Kansas City has the very best one. The Chargers is getting better. And the Broncos is middle of the pack, but you would assume it will continue to get better as well. Vegas, their offensive line got worse this offseason. That's what concerns me.
So if you're not quite ready to crown them or anoint them as the favorites, Lewis, do you think there is a favorite in the AFC West? And if so, who is it?
I think it's Kansas City until proven otherwise, simply because I think their offensive line and their offense obviously really leads the pack for this football team. I think Patrick will be someone who will be very much so motivated for a number of different reasons in order to play more clean, efficient, intelligent football throughout the entire year as far as getting the ball out of his hands. And I think defensively, they added a lot of speed and some good playmakers. And until proven otherwise, I think they're the kings of the West.
Yeah, and quarterback play is ridiculous in the AFC West, but I still would go out on a limb and take Patrick Mahomes if I had my choice of any of the four. The other team in the game tonight is, of course, the Jaguars. They have a new head coach. That's Doug Peterson taking over in Jacksonville. They could have as many as 10 new starters after a busy offseason. That included signing Christian Kirk to a massive 4-year deal. On defense, the biggest additions came in the draft as they took Trayvon Walker first overall and then Devin Lloyd later in the first round. But, Lewis, I think the head coach, Doug Peterson, could perhaps have the most profound impact. And what do you expect him to bring to this team?
Doug brings a championship pedigree. He knows how to tutor quarterbacks. He's hired a very strong staff. Yeah. They've got some real good young players. I think you'll see them play with a sense of professionalism and togetherness and knowing what they want to accomplish, more so than you ever could have dreamed they would have showed last year at the same time.
Yeah, and it's a perfect marriage for Lawrence and having a quarterback coach like Doug Peterson and his pedigree and what he brings to this team. Again, I think that from last year to this year, it's night and day, and we're going to see a big difference on this team this season.
I cannot wait to watch this football game tonight. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern time, the Jaguars and the Raiders, the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. The starting quarterbacks won't be on the field, but we have an NFL game that matters, at least to those of us here on NFL Live, the first of 334 football games this season. Get ready for kickoff. We are just hours away.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.